grade 2s, and welcome to Chapter 4, Data and Management. Now, what is data and what is management? Well, usually management refers to many things, but here it's like organization. And data is a fancier, more mathematical is the proper word for information. So data management is like organizing information. Now first, we're going to be talking about surveys. So let's use this survey to answer each question. Here are the results of a survey. So the survey, what is the survey about? Well, usually you can tell by looking at the title. Favorite cake flavor. Now for those that live in the United States, this is how many other countries spell the word flavor with a U, and the word, well, favorite with a U. We add U's to a lot of things. Anyhow, vanilla, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5 in tallies. 5 plus 2, which is 7 people. For chocolate, people who answer chocolate, well, we just look at the number. There's 2 5s, which is 10, and a 1, which is 11. Lemon cake, well, how many people are there? 1, 2, 3. 3. And red velvet, there's 1 5 tally, so it's 5. Okay, so now we have our information. How many people like lemon cake? Well, if we look at the chart, the tally chart, we get that 3 people like lemon cake. So we answer 3 people like lemon cake. How many people like vanilla cake? Well, we go to vanilla and we see how many tallies there are. There are 7. 7 people like vanilla cake. All right. So I know that some of you may just write 3, 7, and stuff like that. That is okay in grade 2. But as you grow older, become bigger, and, well, learn more, then usually you are supposed to answer in full sentences. So which cake is more popular? Red velvet or vanilla? So there's how many people for red velvet? 5. How many people for vanilla? 7. Which is bigger, 5 or 7? Remember when we learned how to compare numbers? Well, which one's bigger, 5 or 7? 7. And that's vanilla. So, vanilla is more popular. You can also write vanilla cake is more popular. Don't forget the period. What is the most popular cake flavor? Well, which of these numbers is the biggest? 11. And that's next to chocolate. So, chocolate is the most popular. You can also write cake flavor after that. What is the least popular cake flavor? Well, you go up, you look at the tally chart, and you think, well, which one has the least tallies? The least people. And that would be, well, out of these numbers, which one's the smallest? 3. Or if you look over here at the visual representation, you would still get 3. And that's lemon cake. 7 is the least popular cake flavor. All right. So that's surveys. What's next? Well, let's find out. It seems that our next section is picture graphs. Sometimes they are also called pictographs. So picture graphs are graphs that use pictures to show information. All right. So use the picture graph, answer the questions below. Favorite sport? Tennis, volleyball, hockey. One shape equals one person. This is very important because sometimes a shape can be more than one person. Sometimes it's 5 people. Sometimes it's 2 people. Sometimes it might even be 3, 4, 8, 15 people. Or 100. So, seeing what one shape is equal to is very important. Or in some cases, one picture. How many more people voted for volleyball than hockey? Well, since one shape is equal to one person, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people for volleyball. So there's 7 people for volleyball. And 1, 2, 3, 4 people for hockey. How many more people voted for volleyball than for hockey? This tells us that we need to subtract. And 7 minus 4 equals 2. For those that remembered their addition and their related families, 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. 7, take out 4, you have 3. So 3 more people voted for volleyball than for hockey. Which sport is a favorite? Well, you look, there's 2 for tennis, 7 for volleyball, and 4 for hockey. Which one's the biggest number out of 2, 7, and 4? 7. So which sport has 7? Volleyball. Volleyball is the favorite. You can also write sport after this. Okay? How many people were surveyed though? Well, we add them up. We add all the people up. Now I know that sometimes when you survey somebody, they don't give you an answer. But in math questions, they do. They will always give you an answer. Unless the question says that there were so and so many people that didn't give an answer. Usually that doesn't happen. Because sometimes, well, what happens in math questions doesn't really happen in real life. I've seen a math question talk about somebody that ate 120 candies in one go. That would actually make a person sick, usually. So how many people were surveyed? Well, 2 plus 7 plus 4. You can group it and make your life easier by going 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 plus 7. What's 6 plus 7? Well, for those that remember their single-digit addition, 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. 13 people were surveyed. All right? So that's it for pictographs or picture graphs. Let's move on to the next one. But before we move on to the next graph, we're doing a problem-solving strategy. Write a number sentence. A number sentence is something like 3 minus 2, 7 plus 8. It's math. I like this strategy because my favorite strategy is MATH, math. Now, how many blocks are in the toy box? And we have a pictograph or picture graph. Now, our first step is to understand the question. What do I know and what do I need to find? I know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 connecting blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plain blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plushies. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 toy cars. What do I need to find? The total number of blocks in the toy box. So our plan, what will I do, is already written for us. Write a number sentence. So we move on to step 3, solve the problem. Well, you see, how many blocks are in the toy box? There's 2 types of blocks in the toy box. Connecting blocks and plain blocks, which is 8 plus 9. Now, what's 8 plus 9? For those that remembered your single-digit addition, it's 17. For those that still haven't, well, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 17 blocks in the toy box. All right. Never forget to check your answers and check your entire question. Is my information correct and is my math correct are the 2 biggest things you need to ask yourself. So is your math correct? 8 plus 9 equals to 17. Yes, that is correct. Is your information correct though? We have 8 connecting blocks and 9 plain blocks. And 1 shape is equal to 1 toy. If 1 shape equal to 2 toys, then we'd have a lot more toys. And also, the question is how many blocks are in the toy box? We answered the correct question. And we answered it correctly. Because, well, you see, as I've said before, sometimes you can read the question wrong. Or you could write the wrong answer on the wrong question. And that is sometimes, and usually, actually, almost all the time, something that you could avoid. Now, that's it for writing a number sentence. A number sentence is basically just math. Bar graphs. The one that is used a lot. I've used bar graphs many times in my life, even after elementary school. And trust me, why would anybody use bar graphs? Well, it's because most applications in the Insert Graph or Create Graph section option, have bar graphs as one of the default things that you can create. So bar graphs use bars to show data. Wow, just like how picture graphs use pictures to show data. You can make a bar graph with data you read. This is why bar graphs are so popular. They're actually pretty easy to make. Read the data to complete the bar graph. Okay, so favorite dessert. 7 people voted for brownies. Okay, number of votes. 7 is over here, brownies is here. So under brownies, we would draw a bar that goes up to 7. Okay, that's our brownie bar. Ooh, a brownie bar. Sounds delicious, unless you're allergic to chocolate, then it's not so delicious. 9 people voted for ice cream. Ice cream is here. So 9 is up here, and you draw a bar from the ice cream option that leads up to 9. Usually these bars would be in different colors, or they will be marked differently. Sometimes though, the bars won't be. 2 people voted fruit. Well, there's all these nice, fruits all nice and good, but there's also these other type of sweet things, so I'm not surprised that only 2 people voted fruit. 2 is here, fruit is here. Okay. 6 people voted cookies. Cookies is there, the 6th line is here, you draw it over to the cookies, and you draw a bar that reaches the 6th line. Sometimes these lines will be labeled differently, sometimes they won't, but for now, this is how they're labeled. Also, you might have noticed, there's these 2 labels. It is very important to label your graph properly. Now, answer each question. What is our first question? What is the title of this bar graph? Well, you go and you look at the top of the bar graph. That's where the title is. Supposed to be, at least. Favorite dessert. So the title of this bar graph is Favorite Dessert. The title is, in quotation marks, favorite dessert. Okay, how many kinds of desserts are shown in the bar graph? Well, you see, there's one part of the bar graph that is labeled type of dessert. And for there, you can see how many different types there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So there are 4 kinds of desserts shown. All right. How many votes did ice cream get? Well, remember, you can use your data, but right now we're supposed to be using the bar graph. To see how many votes ice cream got, you go to the bar labeled ice cream. You go up until you see where the bar ends, and you see where the bar ends, which is 9. Ice cream had 9 votes. Ice cream got 9 votes. Hooray! What is a favorite dessert? Here's a good thing about bar graphs. Since the title is favorite dessert, and the number of votes goes up usually, note that it always starts with 0, okay? Then you just look And which type of dessert has the tallest bar? Which is ice cream. Ice cream is the favorite dessert. So, that's it. That's this section. Now we can move on to the next one. But remember, you can take a break whenever you want. Section number 5 is different ways to show data. You can show the same data many different ways. And you can use the data on one graph to make more graphs. Just make sure that the data is, well, the same and it's correct. So we have favorite fast food: hamburgers, pizza, fries, donuts. Alright, so use the data from the tally chart to make the pictograph. First, let's set one shape equals to one, let's just call it vote. Okay? So we have, let's count the tally. 5 and 1, so that's 6. 5 and 5, that's 10. 4 and 2. Okay? This is how donuts is spelled, at least in Canada. Anyhow, what shape do we use? Now, I know that you've been seeing different shapes for different categories, but sometimes there's only one shape. So, let's just use circles. We have 6 circles for hamburgers because one shape is one vote. 10 circles for pizza. Oh, this is going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 circles for fries. And 2 circles for donuts. Because donuts are circles. Haha. Did we put everything, is everything right? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 2, 6, 10, 4, 2. Hamburgers, pizza, fries, donuts. Hamburgers, pizza, fries, donuts. Okay, everything matches up. One shape equals one vote is correct. So now we're not going to look at the tally chart. Use the data from the tally chart to make the pictograph, and then we use the data from the pictograph to fill in our bar graph. Anyhow, it's already titled for us, favorite fast food. And here we have number of votes, type of fast food. Hamburgers is the first one, and hamburgers is still the first one. And there's 6, because one shape equals to one vote. The line 6 is here. You draw a bar up to the line 6. And there. That's your hamburgers done. Pizza. One shape equals to one vote. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shapes. So that's 10 votes. You draw a line, well, you draw a bar from the bottom to, well, the number 10, which is at the top, for pizza. Now the next is fries. Fries has 1, 2, 3, 4 votes. So you draw to the line 4, and that's your bar for fries. Now what about donuts? Donuts has 2. You draw a line to 2, and that's your donuts bar. Is everything correct? There's 6 for hamburgers, 10 for pizza, 4 for fries, and 2 for donuts. Really? Since the data or information is all the same, as long as you draw your graphs properly, well, your graphs are going to have the same information. This information can be shown in a bunch of different types of graphs. Okay then. Now, let's move on to something about graphs. Remember, kids, you can take a break and do some practice problems whenever you want. Alright, so range and mode. Use a graph to find mode and range. But what is mode and range? Well, let's answer some questions and find out what it is. What is the number that you see most often? Well, what is the tallest bar? And which one has the most pictures? 3. So the number is 3. This number is called the mode. The mode is the number that you see the most. So 3 is the mode. Alright, now let's look back at the graph. What is the greatest number of bedrooms a house has? So number of bedrooms in houses, number of bedrooms. It seems that the greatest number, which has nothing to do with votes, is 5, okay? So the greatest number of bedrooms a house has is 5. What's the least number of bedrooms a house has? Well, the smallest number is 3 in both of these. So that'd be 3. So the range is the difference between the greatest number and the least number. That usually, well actually, you can say the range of votes, but usually it has nothing to do with the number of votes. It has everything to do with the information written in the bottom of the graph, or the categories. So, subtract to find the range. 5 minus 3 is 2. The range is 2. But you can also say the range is 3 to 5. This does not mean minus. In here, this means 2. As in T-O. Alright. Now, you can take a break if you want. But the next section is a problem-solving strategy. Well, we get to end with choosing our own strategy. Hooray! Lyra has 5 boxes. Each box can hold 4 donuts. How many donuts can Lyra fit in the 5 boxes? Well, what do I know? Lyra has 5 boxes, so 5 boxes. Each box can hold 4 donuts. Each box, 4 donuts. What do I need to find? How many donuts can Lyra fit in the 5 boxes? So what will I do? Now, you don't really know the number sentence that is needed to solve this easily, but you can do 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and do it that way, and you'll end up with 8 plus 8 plus 4, which is 16, plus 4, which is, well, you guys haven't learned this yet, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is 20 donuts. Or you can draw a diagram and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. You still get 20 either way. Now let me just write this one down. So, Lyra can fit 20 donuts in the 5 boxes. Okay. Now step 4, last step of every question that you need to do. Check. Is your information correct and is your math correct? Well, you did it in 2 different ways and they both have the same answer, so your math is probably fine. But is your information fine? That's a real question here. Lyra has 5 boxes. Okay, 5. 5 boxes. We got that. Each box can hold 4 donuts. 4. We got that. Okay, this is good. How many donuts can Lyra fit in the 5 boxes? We answered that question. This is great. We've done everything correctly. Depending on where you live, you can spell donuts in a different way. All right. That's it. That's it for chapter 4. Congratulations, guys. You finished chapter 4. Now remember to do your homework and do your practice problems in order to properly absorb this information. So I'll see you chapter 5.